This video is about inverted rows. This is an amazing exercise that targets mid and upper back, just like pull-ups. But compared to pull-ups, you can adjust the difficulty level based on your strength level. And since it trains basically the same muscles as pull-ups, you can directly increase the strength of the muscles that are required for doing pull-ups. Now we'll jump to inverted rows. Let's go!
I really like to do them on the rings, and I'm gonna explain why after we break down the correct technique first. So, first we are gonna go over technical part, how to actually do inverted rows to maximize gains and avoid injuries. What are the most common mistakes, and then I'm gonna talk about rings and give you guys different ideas on how you can set them up and different ways to do them if you can't get the rings. As well as talk about how different elbow and hand position can target different muscle groups. One of the most important things regarding technique is to keep shoulders depressed all the way up and down. You will naturally want to shrug them as you go up, but no matter where you do them and which technique you choose, shoulders should be depressed all the time. Another point is to keep body straight and stiff whole time. Now, there is nothing wrong if you do them arched or in hollow body, as arched ones will transfer more of the load on the rear delts and upper traps, whereas hollow body ones will switch focus on lats and teres, because movement becomes more vertical up, so it mimics pull-ups more. But you should maintain that body position frozen all the way up and down. A lot of people do this cheating motion starting with hollow body and launching themselves into arched position. That creates a lot of momentum, which takes pressure off of upper back, so exercise becomes useless waste of time. So pick your body position from the start and keep it frozen like that all the way up and down. But I strongly recommend keeping your body completely straight, because that nicely trains central back muscles equally. So even if you have to bend your knees when doing it on single bar like this, due to your feet sliding forward, still keep that nice straight line from shoulders to knees. Next important point is try to pull yourself as high as possible, and as soon as you reach the highest point, immediately start resisting and lower yourself down as slow as possible. Relaxing and dropping down fast will lose you 50% of the gains, so resist the gravity and lower down slowly. And when you lower down, you should get a nice stretch of the upper back muscles. It might look that I'm arching my body, the very thing that I told not to do, but I'm not. My hips are nice and high, they are not sinking. I am just sinking down with my upper body and slightly rounding my upper back because I want to get that deep stretch in the muscles of the central back and open up the scapulas to get the full range of motion, which gives me full benefit of the exercise and increases gains. But there is nothing wrong with stopping at the elbow lock. In fact, I would suggest for total beginners to stop as soon as the elbows lock, because since total beginners are not familiar with the movement, trying to get into that deep stretch will result in dipping with hips, which is bad. So start doing exercise like this, body completely straight and locked all the way up and down. And after some time, when you get familiar with the movement, start going deeper and opening the scapulas to get deep stretch while maintaining straight body from lower chest below. Also, try to keep head in neutral position. Now, I want to quickly talk about different elbow positions and how they affect different muscle groups. And then I'm gonna talk about setup and give you different ideas on where you can do them. So when you do them with elbows close to the body, it's going to feel easier. And you will switch more focus to mid part of your back, like lower and mid traps and middle lats. And if you flare elbows all the way out, it will feel significantly harder and will target more upper back muscles like mid and upper traps, rhomboids and rear delts. The most perfect way is to do it with elbows approximately 45 degrees in order to target all of the central upper back muscles. If you do them on rings, you can see that closer I place the elbows, the more my wrists will rotate inwards. So if you do them on a single bar, elbows will naturally flare to the sides, whereas if you do them on parallel bars, elbows will tuck inwards. If you grab bar with a supinated grip, it will switch most of the focus to biceps, so it's not good for the upper back. So don't grab it with supinated grip if you want to target upper back. So if you have a choice, I will definitely recommend keeping elbows at 45 degrees to get a nice and even training. But if you, for example, do them on parallel bars and can't control elbow width, don't obsess over it too much because this is not that significant of a difference. Just do them however you can while following all the other important rules. Now we're going to talk about different ways you can do inverted rows. First, I absolutely love doing this exercise on gymnastic rings. You can also do it on low single bar, parallel pull-up bars, a table, you can use only random straps without rings, or even just one strap. You can even use a bed sheet or curtains. Sky is the limit, but rings will give you much better control, are more comfortable, and with them, you can literally do it everywhere, as long as you have enough of creativity to figure out the setup. I'm gonna talk more about that at the end of the video and give you guys some ideas. Also, rings are not fixed like a bar, so they will allow forearms to make small adjustments and take most comfortable position for them, which is great for beginners because it lowers the risk of elbow injury. That, at the same time, makes doing it on rings a bit harder because they are not fixed, so your stabilizing muscles will have to work harder, and that is very good thing, especially for shoulder health. When setting up the rings or finding a place to do them, you should keep in mind that the higher upper body is in comparison to feet, the easier will exercise be, and the lower upper body is versus feet, the harder. Also, you should set the straps to come at you at an angle. Setting them perfectly above your shoulders or close to it will make you pull towards upper chest or clavicles, which is very hard in this setup. Direction towards where you are pulling will dictate the difficulty, no matter where you do them. If you pull more towards the hips will be harder, and going more towards the chest will be easier. Another tricky point is that your feet might slide forward if you don't have anything to push your feet against. So you should always try to set the straps where you have support for feet. If you don't have, it's okay, you can bend your knees so you can have increased friction with your feet to prevent them from sliding. It's just going to be a bit easier with bent knees, which is bad if you are already strong and can do many reps. And finally, I will give you some ideas where you can do inverted rows. If you use rings, you can set them up anywhere where there's pull-up bar or a tree branch. You can also put them on a tree like I did on this palm tree and secure them with a shirt or a wall as long as it has something on top to attach it to. You can do them on single low bar or parallel dip bars. You can tie something on dip bars like this to put feet on it to elevate them to make them harder. You can even do them under the table like this or use chairs. You can also use curtains or bed sheet on door like this, but be careful if your door is too weak. Or you can set them up anywhere around the house where you can see the opportunity to do them.
If inverted rows feel a little bit too easy for you, you can check my ultimate pull-up guide to start doing pull-ups. And if you don't have any equipment to do upper back exercises, please check my beginner upper back exercise video because I show a lot of exercises that require no equipment whatsoever. That being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that made everything clear for you and that you're going to start building killer back today. If I missed something, please let me know down in the comments. Also, comment below if you want to see any particular content in the future. Like the video if you liked it. Okay, you can dislike if you want to. But above all, guys, please share this video so as many people as possible can have access to it. And don't forget to subscribe to not miss any future content. So you too can look like you're carved out of marble.